Both of them are running. There you go, captured. Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road. Right now they're coordinating with the head of Western, MMDA Western, because they are here in Manila City. I think they'll be visiting Blumentritt. Across the road, the enforcers have already stopped one motorcycle. You can see the man on the back didn't have a helmet and the driver's wearing slippers. And they just stopped one more motorcycle rider here, unfortunately wearing his helmet on his elbow instead of his head. And it's not actually a motorcycle helmet, it's a bicycle helmet. And one more bike across the road, again no helmet for the back passenger. And they just stopped one more motorcycle over here. Unfortunately, mummy and child on the back, no helmets. So that's an extra passenger plus no helmet. And unfortunately this driver doesn't have a license, so his bike will be impounded. Over here, same thing. Daddy has a helmet, but young child in the middle and mummy on the back, no helmet. So they're just writing out the ticket now. One more rider stopped here, obviously no helmet. And have you ever seen anything like this? It's like a multi-story car park, except instead of cars, it has coffins or like burial type things. Interesting, I've never seen anything like this before. And just next to that is another building which has what looks like lockers, but I believe that's for urns for when someone has been cremated. And over here is one more motorcycle about to go on the tow truck. Unfortunately, the driver also had no helmet, no driver's license. Over here the team have stopped this tricycle. Original violation was counterflowing, then he ran away from enforcers, so they're also going to add apprehended after a long chase, which means he'll have to attend a seminar. But even illegal counterflow, that has 2 months suspension of driver's license plus 2,000 peso, so it's a very heavy penalty. And over here the team are issuing a ticket to this vehicle for illegal parking, and one more ticket being issued to this pickup truck, again for illegal parking. This man here nearly crashed into someone crossing the road. The reason why he was going a little bit faster is because they tried to flag him down, back rider, no helmet. And the sidewalk clearing team have already come in to deal with the vendors that are occupying the road. Although, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of these vendors, if not all of them, have permits from the city, and it very much complicates things for the MMDA, because they say, no, look, we have a permit, we're allowed to be here, we're paying every day. So it's a very difficult situation in Manila City. And over here one more rider stopped without helmet. I probably won't include all of those stopped without helmets because it's just too many in Manila City. You see over here the commander of Task Force Special Operations is calling in the sidewalk clearing team. He wants these tables taken away from this lottery shop. Of course, this is meant to be a sidewalk. And same thing over here, he wants this table removed that holds fruits. It's an extension of the business behind, so they have a legitimate space inside. The problem is they've extended over the public sidewalk. And you'll see what the team would do is break these tables down, because they only have a very small truck with them today. It can't really hold that much, especially because all the men also have to fit inside. You see over here one of the shopkeepers is removing stuff from the sidewalk. Although the reality is that once the team leave, the MMDA leave, he might just put it out again, because locally no enforcement is being done, or very little enforcement. The idea is that the MMDA come in, they clean this up, and then the LGU, the barangay, the city, they'll be the ones to maintain it. Sometimes it works, but sometimes the LGUs just don't do their job. More items going on the back of the truck here. Like I mentioned, you can see they're breaking them down with sledgehammers once they go on the truck. Unfortunately, their main truck is down for maintenance. The engine just isn't in good condition. It's a very old truck. Even this truck is very old. And you can see within just a few minutes you can easily clear a sidewalk. So it's not that it's difficult to do, it's just that nobody's doing it. Anyway, they're continuing down here and removing more stuff, confiscating items, and they'll keep going. You'll see police officers here from Manila Police District. They always join operations to support the MMDA. It's very useful to have them here to keep the team safe and to keep public order. And over here they're issuing one more ticket to this vehicle, illegal parking, parked on the inside lane, which is a little bit unusual. And over here they're trying to clear all this stuff from the sidewalk. Look at this road here, it's pretty much impassable to vehicles. It's okay for motorcycles, but cars, buses, trucks, you just can't pass through here anymore. Let me adjust the brightness so you can see a bit better. Here's an example, one of the stores is operating in the road. At the local level they'll say this is a livelihood program, but come on, is this really a livelihood program? Look at the size of this shop and look at the items they're selling. Some of these even have like CCTV installed, they have electric fans. These are really, you know, proper businesses that are just bypassing doing things the right way by doing business on the road. But they get permits, so at the local level they consider this as legal, but I don't know, it seems very questionable to me. Sorry. I mean, look at this, cell phones even, and they're just doing business in the middle of the road. And, well, receipts, I don't know, maybe. Barangay Chairman.
Hanggang dito siguro, boss, papayagan ko. Pero ito naman, kalsado na. Sige, tanggalin nyo lang. Tanggalin nyo lahat dyan. Tanggalin nyo lahat dyan. Pahakot ko lahat yan.
You see the sidewalk clearing team have come in and confiscating those umbrellas. That's normally one of the first items that they confiscate. Of course, if you look right now, it doesn't look so bad. Vehicles can pass through the middle. But as it gets later in the day, things get much worse. And people often send me pictures of this area where you can barely even fit a vehicle down the middle of the road. Here comes two motorcycles now. Neither of the riders have helmets. They should be apprehended by enforcers standing behind me. Both of them are running. There you go, captured. And of course you have to wonder, where does all the electricity come from that runs to all of these stalls? Because, well, I don't see any meters, but who knows. Further along you'll find lots more stalls like this selling Bluetooth speakers, larger speakers, memory cards, cell phones. I don't know how you can say this is a simple livelihood program. This is so much more. One of the vendors in Baclaran recently commented on my video and said, hey, we're just trying to earn a simple 30 peso a day, just enough to buy some rice and some fish. And I thought to myself, that's not really true, because when you're selling items like this, when you're selling fake sneakers, when you're selling pirated DVDs and things like that, it's not 30 peso a day, it's a lot more. And I've spoken to the vendors and they've told me how much they're earning, and I can tell you it's a lot more than the enforcers and sidewalk clearing team that you see in my videos, a lot more. And over here one more motorcycle just went on the back of the tow truck. Unfortunately stopped the driver without a helmet and doesn't have a license. Over here you'll see another shop that has a legitimate space inside, but they've extended onto the road. The reason why they do it is it's so cheap, because on paper it's only I think 20 or 30 pesos a day to occupy the road here. Of course that's the official payment. If there's any other payments I'm not sure, but it's still much cheaper than paying for legitimate space just to rent the road from the local government. So I mean, I don't know what to say. It is what it is. MMDA are trying their best to work around what's been approved locally. The problem is, people complain, they say, hey, traffic's so bad, I can't even pass through, it took me 2 hours, and then they blame the MMDA. They don't blame the people who are actually issuing permits to the vendors. They don't blame the local units who are meant to be maintaining the area. They just say, hey, MMDA, why didn't you fix this? It's a very difficult situation. Look at this road here, another one that's impassable to cars and trucks, but it's okay for motorcycles. Of course it adds to traffic because you're limiting the number of roads that people can use. I see the same faces, the same obstructions as the last time the team were here. Over here is another road that's impassable to larger vehicles, but okay by motorcycles. Same thing every time. And what do you think about the health and safety, the condition of these fish here, for example, just sitting under the hot sun? It's not just fish, it's other meat as well. The only sidewalk that's clear around here is in front of Mercury Drug. I spoke to the guard last time and he said he's very strict on keeping people away from the sidewalk there. Of course it's not really his job, it's the job of the local government, but at least the guard is managing to do it, well, in front of Mercury Drug. But other areas around here, well, it's just a mess. The whole area is a mess, to be honest. There's a legitimate market inside over there, and those are the people that the MMDA should be protecting, because they're doing things the right way, they're doing business the right way, and they're paying the right cost. They're not obstructing the road compared to everyone here. But like I said, they're paying the local government, so I don't know, it's just a big mess, to be honest. Another road here that's been converted to a market area. The MMDA cleared this last time, at least the corners of it, to try and open it up a bit, but they just rebuilt everything, and of course no one's going to stop them except the MMDA, and they can't go here every day because imagine how many different areas they have to clear. That's why it's really meant to be that the MMDA clear and then the local units maintain. So over here is the legitimate market. All of these people are doing things the right way, and they should be protected because they're really following the rules, and they're being, you know, beaten by people who are doing business in the road. You'll see a sign up here, no parking this side, and if your car was parked here or if your motorcycle was parked here, you'd get an on-the-spot ticket. But if you occupy the same space with a store, it's a completely different story. You'll see on the wall here stands with light bulb holders, and these will all go into the road later because, like I said, by evening they extend out even further. And rest in peace to anyone trying to pass through in a car or a motorcycle. Even pedestrians is difficult. And over here you'll see all of this junk is still pushed up against the bank building. Some people walking past are saying like, oh, kawawa. Yeah, kind of, but not really, because how about everyone else that this affects every day? Everyone that passes through this area, those that have legitimate businesses that are losing customers to those doing businesses on the road. And how about the bank here? This has got to be a security issue, having all this stuff pushed up against your building. If somebody does something to the shutters, they'll never even see it because it's hidden. The thing is, if you're at the bank and you try and get rid of the vendors, you're pretty much powerless. So what can you do? You ask the barangay, you ask the city, and then they say no, they have permits. So what are you meant to do? So yeah, you can say, oh, kawawa, they're just trying to earn a living. Yeah, everyone else is just trying to earn a living. Everyone else is just trying to go to work. Everyone else is just trying to go to school. It shouldn't be that some people are put above other people. It should be fair to everyone. And look, a lot of this stuff that they've got here is just junk. It's just trash, garbage. There's no reason for it to even be there.
Po yung
Araw-araw po po,
30 araw-araw.
Iba pa yung
So sino po naniningil?
mga tauhan po ng barangay.
Yung organizer.
Over here is yes another road, impassable. I don't even think motorcycles could go down this one. It's quite interesting. And another tricycle going on the back of the tow truck, again driver without license. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Colorum tricycles here, and a lot of those driven by people who don't have driver's licenses. And that's probably why you see so many accidents where they, you know, crash into vehicles, where they crash into young children, pedestrians and things like that, because they never got a license.
Sir, Commander, ito mo ano?
Boss.
Sir, nahuli ko sir.
Okay.
Hinahamid ko no helmet. O ngayon sir, meron dyan na nahuli rin. No license. So automatic inbound, di ba? Yun, nirelease na lang yun dahil sagot ng chairman.
Hindi ko pinarelease.
Nakausap na ako ng chairman.
Saan? Hindi ko pinayagan. Pumunta sa akin si chairman.
Oo.
Sabi ko hindi pwede.
Planning mo to dyan, di ba?
Wala akong nire-release. Hindi nila i-release yan. Hindi nila i-release yan.
Nakatabi ko to yun, release na ata.
Pumunta nga sa akin, sinabi ako hindi pwede. Oo. Ngayon, wag mong sasabihin kung hindi totoo. Pakita mo na wala nandyan na kinuha talaga para pagsabihan mo sila. Ha?
Yes, sir. Hindi, sabi ko nila ako, sir. Alis na raw, sir.
Hindi. Kinarga yun. Lumapit ka sa akin kanina, nakikiusap. Hindi ko pinayagan.
Opo.
Kasi walang lisensya. Sabi ko, kunin na lang sa impounding area.
Oo, sir. Salamat, sir.
You'll see the motorcycle is still sitting on the back of the tow truck. One more motorcycle stopped here, unfortunately not wearing a helmet. Hopefully he has a license. So the bike will be impounded, no driver's license. That's probably why he didn't stop when they first tried to stop him further down the road. That's also why the big bike is here, because he took part in chasing down the motorcycle further along. Same faces, same places, same obstructions. I don't know what to say. Anyway, Cesar is here. He'll be issuing tickets to businesses that have extended over the sidewalk, extended into the road. And you see over here the team are issuing a ticket to this vehicle for illegal parking and obstruction. So that will be a total of 3,000 peso. Under the windscreen you'll see they have a plate that says judiciary, but anyone can buy those. I recently showed how on Lazada people are selling plates that say MBI, they're selling stickers, they're selling even ID laces. So basically a whole kit that makes you look like you belong to the MBI or PMP or other agencies. So never trust that when you see those kind of things on the windscreen or on the front of the vehicle. They don't mean anything. And over here one of the enforcers writing out a ticket to this big truck obstructing what should be the sidewalk. They're just issuing a ticket to the truck that's in front of those buses now. Let me go back to the buses and see if they've also been ticketed. You'll see they're just writing out the tickets to the buses now, this blue one and this orange one. And according to LTO records, this vehicle was last registered in 2017, which is quite surprising. Normally people keep the registration up to date on these kind of buses or mini buses. Over here you'll see this little old lady walking in the road. Why? SUV parked on the sidewalk. So I'm sure once the team get this far they'll also issue a ticket to that one. And in fact, here you go, enforcer just arrived now to issue a ticket. He's also taking his own photograph because sometimes people contest their tickets and it helps if they have photographic proof. And further along they're also issuing a ticket to this one. Very nice Land Cruiser, but unfortunately they consider it as illegally parked. And one more ticket over here, motorcycle rider not wearing a helmet and slippers. So 1,500 for the helmet, 500 for the slippers. The sidewalk clearing team have already gone ahead, so they called in for one of the tallest enforcers to remove these posters here because they're really obstructing the sign on this side. You can barely even see the no parking sign. And there's another sign under that actually, do not block sidewalks, sidewalks are for people. Oh look, that's from Chairman Bayani Fernando time. Chairman BF MMDA. Wow, that's the old sign, no wonder it's faded. They'll also remove those on the other side as well, just to make sure the signs are easily viewable by everyone. Okay, there you go, down they come. The sign is now fully visible again. Over here they've stopped a motorcycle being ridden by 2 children. Unfortunately no license, and in come the tow crew now to take the bike away. The girl said, hey, we're just going nearby, but an accident can happen at any time, and if you haven't gone through the process of getting a license, maybe you really don't have the skills to ride the motorcycle in the first place, and maybe you won't stop if you get in an accident or whatever else. So you see the towing crew are taking it away now.